What's up, YouTube? It's been a minute. I haven't posted in like 2 weeks, and since then I launched my first app, and I have a second app in review as we speak. It got rejected today because of a dumb thing, but it should be in within the next 24 hours. So that's two apps already in the 12 apps in 12 months challenge, and I haven't posted in like 4 weeks. So what's happened during that time? Well, I kind of made a plan of which apps I want to create in the coming months. I've prioritized them. I've done keyword research. I've built and released my first app, FitGraph, which is a kind of health habit tracker. It's gotten like 60 downloads, and I've made like $100. So not very much, but it's a start, and it's one step in a long journey. Um, and even though it's the beginning, the journey is starting to feel pretty long. Like I have set out to make a lot of apps, and the idea of making 12 apps and then not making hardly any money um, keeps me up at night. Like, what's the point, you know? But I mean, I kind of have already decided that if if I want that kind of future for myself, I have to take a swing. And if I miss, then I miss. But you gotta step up to the plate. So that's what I'm doing. It's been really fun. I've been running a TikTok account for my first app and engaging with people, sending DMs, trying to get people to download the app with very little success. But there have been a couple people that I met, you know, talked with, gotten feedback about the app. So that's great. I feel like I got the training wheels on right now, and I'm learning how to do these things. Yeah, my second app about to be released. I worked really hard on it, probably too hard. I made it look really good, and I've kind of learned that like you probably shouldn't do that. Like obviously make it really good, make it really polished, but like I spent too much time on it. I could have shipped it in like a week. It took me like 3 weeks to ship it. So it does look good. It looks good though. I feel confident about it. Let me talk for a second about some lessons I've learned about marketing, about the developing a concept of an app. So my first app, FitGraph, is a workout tracker. There's a million workout trackers, which I knew, but it was my first idea. It felt like a unique idea, and it turns out there's a bunch of other apps that do almost the exact same thing. Is it easy to market a workout tracking app because of that? Yes and no. Yes, because there's tons of like content templates that you could try to copy and try to use, which I've done. But it's also really difficult because it's hard to really stand out in that field. I do think that this experience has kind of informed my ideas that I put together going forward. A lot of the ideas that I came up with, I looked at my big list, and not only did I look at, hey, which like niches on the App Store are really making money and also low competition. And now I'm also looking at how would I market this app? How based on my limited experience, what types of marketing am I good at? Can I use that to inform the type of ideas that I'm going to chase after? So I've made an attempt to look at those ideas and say, can I easily come up with a marketing plan that I can also execute well for this idea? And that definitely bumped a few ideas up to the top of the list. So yeah, I don't know how that will go. I don't know if that will end up, being a good decision or not. Um, I feel like it will be. Only time will tell. Marketing's the hardest part, like I'm having fun building stuff, but I really need to stay focused and market these ideas. I also know that it takes a while for ASO to kick in, so I have to keep monitoring that. I've also kind of been learning a lot about ASO. Like, I from a developer's perspective, I'm drawn to ideas that like service a certain user in a certain way. I don't know why, but that's kind of resulted in my ideas becoming kind of um, umbrella apps. So like the app that I just shipped is a student tool. It does various things. It doesn't just do one thing really well. But when I do research about which apps are making a lot of money on the App Store, which are being marketed in really effective ways, those are usually apps that are hyper specific on one problem, right? It's not that they're hyper specific on one user. They are that as well, but that's more of like a side effect of being focused on one problem. So in that regard, a lot of my ideas that I had, the ones that were like about doing one thing really well, moved up the list. So I'm just changing a lot about how I'm thinking about the ideas, how I'm valuing the ideas in my head. I'm also feeling more comfortable not copying, but like going after ideas that have already had success. Like it doesn't need to be a super unique idea. It's actually kind of hard to come up with a really good idea that's also never been done before, and also like you can visualize in your head how you would market it. I have one idea for an app like that, but I'm saving it so that I can spend time learning all of these things. Everything that comes with this journey: the building, the marketing, um, the ASO, SEO, all that stuff. So that idea is it's on the back burner. It's just deprioritized because I think that I need bigger chops to take it on. So another thing that happened, I went to an indie hacker meetup here in San Diego and had a really good time. Met some really cool people. Told them about the challenge. Like some people had bad reactions to it. They were like, just straight to my face, just like that's a terrible idea, and they're entitled to their opinion. Um, I just even though I feel like I'm not making much progress right now because it takes so long to get an app into review, then to get rejected, and then versus a website, you can just boop, you're live, and then boop, you can market to users. So it, it, it it's only been 2 months and I've shipped 2 apps in less than 2 months. That's a lot of progress, right? Versus if I was just building one big website SaaS, maybe I'd be building that for like months until I finally get a chance to market it. So I'm working in a way where I want to place many small bets on the App Store and see which of those seeds grows and which one needs more attention. And hopefully I can scale and grow that idea that does well or multiple. Who knows? So there were a lot of people at the meetup though that agree with my approach that you know were drawn to that type of idea. They'd seen challenges like it before, maybe, and they gave me some advice. But probably the most value I got out of it was talking with certain people who had more experience in specifically in the app space, specifically in marketing. And I got lots of good ideas for those people. I learned about something called like formats, which is like a repeatable kind of template concept for TikToks, Instagram Reels, things like that. So I'm learning about those um, and trying to get up to speed on the latest kind of best practices, best advice for scaling that kind of content in order to get eyeballs on your app. Because yeah, I can build apps now pretty fast. Like I have some template code that I can use to get a project up and running very quick. But then I'm totally reliant on whether or not Apple sends people towards my apps. And if you've been following app development, there used to be kind of an initial boost that they would give to brand new apps. They're not really doing that anymore. Apple has kind of changed their app store ranking algorithm yet again. So I missed the boat by that much. They killed the boost right before I released my first app. So I lost out on that free real estate, but that's okay. Um, there's also some discoverability issues that other people have reported seeing on the App Store. Like if you search your app's full name exactly, sometimes people's apps don't show up, which seems wrong, right? It's like they're trying to serve you with what they think is the best app for that and not necessarily functioning like a real search engine in that regard. So That's weird. I haven't seen that with my app. I only have one, so maybe as I add more, I might see that more often. Um, but yeah, I'm full speed ahead. I'm about to ship my third app to the web. Actually, I'm doing a oh, my computer just froze for a second. I'm doing a web app, kind of as a first phase of my third app. So my third app is going to be my first one that uses a backend. So what I decided to do was build it out in Next.js, build the backend, and then the mobile app can call that backend with an API key. Um, and yeah, so it's my first app with a backend, and it's also my first AI app, which, as I'm doing research, the AI apps are doing better on the App Store. They're doing better with marketing. People want to use these apps. They're easier to market. You show the AI working. So I'm headed in that direction. A lot of other people already have. Like I said, this initial journey has kind of been getting my footing, getting my grounding with the tools, but also like learning about the different concepts. And now I'm kind of drilling in on how to value certain ideas. At the same time, I'm not married to any one idea. I'm going to try multiple different things, but that's the general direction I'm moving in. Um, so yeah, that's my update. The first two apps are shipped. The second one should be live on the App Store in like a day. I'm grinding, man. I am working really hard. Um, who knows what will happen at this point? I feel kind of in limbo where like I'm doing all this work, but nothing really has happened. Um, hopefully that's delayed gratification, and I'll start seeing some results in the next couple months. But yeah, right now I'm on the path. I feel good about it. Um, and yeah, I'll see you with another update in like 2 weeks, hopefully with three apps shipped. So till then, take care, like and subscribe. Sorry about the really long video. I'm still learning YouTube stuff. So, all right, peace.